Jeannie Mai of The Real Talk Show recently opens up about her engagement to rapper Yeezy. Here we have the video footage. Take a listen.
Over this break, some good news out of this, it's nice to hear some warm good news during this pandemic. So, Jeannie, what had happened? As we're talking, I just want you to know, I slipped this 3-week nail, and I'm not about to I'm trying to keep it together for this ring, so I'm going to glue my nail while I tell you this story. Yes, I'm officially engaged. It's crazy. What? And I have to tell you, it was so hard, just saving these details because, we're really real with our real fam. And I was like, oh, I got to tell these girls. I want them to know everything. But I couldn't wait for this moment to be able to share it with the real fam. So it was very surreal because obviously for this to happen during the quarantine, that's number one on my mind. And at this very moment, Jay and I were actually supposed to be in Vietnam. So when the pandemic hit, I was really bummed. And I know that sounds really selfish for a second, but I just was so looking forward to sharing my culture with him, and our families were going to go. Jay's dad was going to come with us. Mama Mai was going to show us where she lived. It was a whole thing. And then this happened. So in order to lift the spirits, we still had date nights. We took a night each week where we would, recreate an experience. And he took the first night. He was like, I want Friday. I was like, okay. So he kicked me out of the house. I had to go home to my house and get changed there. I got all dressed up. It was the first time in like 3 weeks putting on makeup and everything. And came back, and it was so sweet because as soon as I stepped into this place, because we couldn't be in Vietnam, he brought Vietnam to us. He recreated the whole place. I'm not even kidding you. There was lanterns from actually Hoi An, where these lanterns made, decorated in the room. There was all my favorite dishes from South Vietnam to North Vietnam, which I have no idea how he got during a quarantine. Yeah. Mama Mai didn't help him with this. That's the crazy part. And then he directed my attention to this TV screen right here behind us. Yeah. And proceeded to take me on a tour, you guys, through Vietnam. He had all these iconic scenes of Ho Chi Minh, Da Nang, and in the pictures, you guys, he superimposed all of these epic memories we've had from the past year and a half and put us in the shots of the pictures. You guys have to see the details of this. Like, I can hear it. I could post it on Instagram, tag the place, and you would think I was there. And then after that, oh gosh, it was so epic. After that,
what did he ask?
And did you have any idea? And he actually proposed right in front of that fireplace. So we were sitting there. He said he wanted to propose in front of that fireplace because that fireplace is going wherever we move next. And just after that, he played this beautiful video of all of our close friends and family wishing us a congratulations. It was so magical, ladies. I can't describe it enough detail for you. But what was most important to me, to be really honest with you, because clearly, I've been through this walk before, but what was so symbolic was that in true form to why I fell in love with Jay, he did exactly what I know him to do during a time where you would think life would stop. You would think all your plans get put on hold, right? Mm-hmm. But Jay continued with life no matter what. And when it comes to marriage, and you know this, Adrian and Tamara, when it comes to marriage, it's not just the perfect moments when everything happens just right. It's really about those times. Who are you? Who is your character when someone passes, when a pandemic hits? And to see him being the relentless, tenacious man that I fell in love with, it puts a whole new meaning to this ring for me.
Did you know he was going to ask you?
No, what are you talking about? Yeah. We literally I had no idea. But as you guys know, it's really important for me to have serious conversations about what are your expectations in this. So we have talked about family, we have talked about marriage, and day one, Jay really expressed that marriage was something that was important to him. And I had to have a serious conversation with myself because you guys know, I took that time to make sure I really loved back on myself and found out who I was after the divorce. So I'm happy about that because that question for me was something I had a conversation with myself already. So that I wouldn't mislead him, You know, I knew, as soon as I knew that that was important to him, we took the right steps, even went through therapy in order to prepare ourselves for if that moment was right for us.
Wow. So are you guys thinking of a long engagement? Are we going to a wedding soon?
I don't. I'm right at this moment. We're enjoying the engagement. This just happened. Yo, you guys, this literally was just a few days ago. So we're just really letting this air out, like a bottle of wine, Tamara. When you got that wine, you gotta give it air.
Be engaged for like a year or 2 years, or do you see it being something soon? We're not asking for the date. We're just saying
I'll tell you this: we're very eager to celebrate our love. I'll tell you that. And I'm probably gonna tap into you guys, Tamara and Adrian, on the sidelines. I'm gonna ask you some things just to get your thoughts and everything, But yeah, it was super exciting. And guys, let me just please make this clear here. We met on this show.
I know.
Do you understand that? If it wasn't for the real, if it wasn't for all y'all doing whatever you had to do to get to your place in your career right now for this show to happen, Jay and I would not have met.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
You really, Jeannie, you give so many divorcees and women that have gone through what you've gone through, you give them so much hope that they can find love again, that it can be magical. You give people that hope. I'm curious, what's the advice that you would give to a woman who is getting married for her second time? I know so many women wonder, and it's Jay's first marriage, is that correct?
Exactly.
So this will be his first marriage, and yet it's your second. Do you approach it differently than you did the first? Because I know a lot of women are like, I don't want to wear a white dress. I mean, there's just so many things. Do you do it big? Do you do it small? What would you say?
I would say,
are you getting emotional?
Adrian. Oh, it's so weird that you triggered this. Divorce. It is one of the most traumatic things that can happen because you just feel like you failed. You feel embarrassed of all those people that were there at your wedding, all those people that were excited for you when and then you don't know if you get jaded. I remember telling you guys, I think I said I'm not getting married again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you go back in episodes, you're going to see times that I made jokes about marriage. The thing I think that saved me is that I never gave up on love. I never gave up on love because love is so omnipresent and it's so healing that the only reason why I recognize healthy love with Jay today is because I took that time to love myself.
Yes.
2 years I took away from divorce, and the divorce hurt. People change. People behave in ways where you didn't expect, and I definitely, you see things in people, and then it makes you completely not able to trust anybody after that. If you see the partner that you slept with and shared a life with a certain way, and then things change again because of hurt feelings, not because people are bad people, but because it just hurts.
Yeah.
It affects you in a great way, and for me to love myself, to truly love myself, and this is a whole nother show to talk about what that is, because you're not just sitting in the mirror talking to yourself. You're not just going on a retreat. It's not that. It's much deeper, where you have to be real with yourself and you have to call yourself out about where you can be stronger and more loving to yourself. And so at the end of the day, I was able to recognize what real love was, so that I appreciated it in all forms. And when Jay and I met, we healed each other with our brokenness because we were very real with what we needed.
Yeah.
Jeannie.
Adrian, look what you did. Sorry, you made me cry too. I almost lost a lash.
This is what the show is about, and we're so happy for you and Jay, and we're going to be celebrating as much as we can. And I just believe in second chances. That's what I believe. So we're happy for you, Jeannie.
Never give up on love. If you truly love, you'll find it in the most surprising ways, and it's there for you, for everybody.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the next